Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Outer Worlds. So to recap where we left off last time, Dr. Orson Welles has sent us to Stellar Bay on Monarch to find a person named Hiram, and as you can see on our little marker here, we're supposed to hire the services of Nyoka, who's like kind of like a guide or like a point of contact. But we also did like traverse from one end of Monarch all the way to the other. We landed on this one landing pad, which was like marked as dangerous, and then we walked through the open wilderness all the way over here, and it was nuts. It was just bonkers, absolutely bonkers. And but we made it in one piece. Died a few times along the way, but here we are. So without further ado, let's dive right back in. I definitely need to see. I need to get to like a workbench or a place where I can like sell some stuff because I feel like my armor's getting a bit like very. That was weird how they just like kind of stood up at the same time. It's just like my armor's kind of getting like cumbersome and it's like hard to like remember what exactly I have. So I feel like I should cut down on it.
Fresh blood at last. Stellar Bay could use some.
So this is an MSI trooper, so this is where they belong. Commander.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rats keeps us on our toes.
And if I pick this, they're gonna see. Like. But what if I put on my sneaky clothes? Sneak +5. Sneak +7. Yeah. Two of these are sneak +5, right? So there's really no point. Well, I'll actually put this on because it has a slightly higher armor rating, but I'll get rid of the other one. Dialogue, inspiration, dodge.
Okay, keep it quiet.
What if I jump to the other side?
Impressive as always.
Okay. They did not see that. Rebuilt mining gear, stealth skills +5. I'll break that down.
Right there.
Oh, they saw me.
What do you think you're doing?
I was just leaving.
I don't have time for this. Move along.
Okay, so it's different from lockpicking to like actually stealing these things. Alright, it's not worth it. Carrying capacity +20 kilograms. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to steal this, like, I'd have to, like, kill them. Because, like, unlike Fallout, people don't sleep. They just stand there all freaking day. So, if you really want to steal that, you have to, like, find a way to, like, distract them or something. This is another constable's office, which is just not opened. Okay. There's someone in here? I don't think there is. It's closed. This is a bar. Hello, madam.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest Tossball games.
Not really.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Oh, we could lie about this. They're all pretty great.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptidons chewing at the walls, I just turn my transceiver up to drown it all out. Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up, but sometimes it's tossball. So, what can I do for you?
You people are so just brainwashed. You said you were having trouble receiving the tossball game transmissions? It's probably a quest.
Graham's always filling the airwaves with this propaganda, like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Alright, that's all for now. Graham is probably... It's probably that guy who like was speaking on the Aetherwave transmission earlier. This is just like someone's residence? Or is this like a hotel? Employee login. Please enter your assigned login credentials. If you've forgotten your assigned login credentials, please report to your supervisor for reassignment. Oh god. Hack. Login Williams. Welcome E. Williams. Please select from the following menu options. Patient records. Please enter the name of the patient whose records you want to view. Mine? Patient not found. Try again. Data storage. We can look at Williams. Notes from experiments as conducted by Dr. E. Williams. Reactivism plus pep you up. I had hypothesized that this combination might awaken my mind and senses to the greater realities around us. If that is true, then it seems my faculties were quite overwhelmed in this instance. Shortly after the dosage, I experienced cold sweats, tremors, and mild paranoia. It is perhaps due to these latter effects that most of my notes from the episode are of little use. Nevertheless, the effects were most invigorating. I will have to attempt a milder dosage once heart palpitations subside. Bushberry extract plus Debilero. After my previous experiments, I theorized that deadening my external senses might allow the mind's eye to glimpse the eternal. Alas, I was only partially successful. The combination of substances quickly rendered me both blind and feeble, so much so that I soon fell into a stupor. I awoke some hours later in a pile of my own sick, and a most curious craving for Tilleritos in my own sick. Ugh, that's probably like shit. Notes Costerlorone and triple dosage. Searching file empty. Edwards A. Whip number 1, 23,629 words. Oh, so this is someone who's like reading. God. Writing. Stellar Bride. She's a wide-eyed colonist from Earth. He's a hard-working Saltuna farmer for Monarch. Their attraction blossoms into a whirlwind romance that transforms Stellar Bay. Chapter 3, A Long Way from Arkansas. You can put your things here, Mr. Elliot said, leading Abby into a dim apartment. The place was small, but it had a certain cozy charm. Abby set her bags on the floor and loosened the straps of her jumpsuit. Mr. Elliot coughed, his face suddenly red. If you get warm, you can always crack the window. Breeze from the bay is real nice. Just be careful about mantis swarms. As Abby went to take the room key, her fingers brushed his. He had strong, rough hands, a Saltuna farmer's hands. She felt herself blush. You've been ever so kind to me, Mr. Elliot. Call me Archibald, he said. Whip number 2, 15,886 words. The Passion Broker. A renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals finds love in the arms of a mysterious man with a tortured past. A renegade iconoclast driven by his ideals finds love in the arms of a mysterious man. Hey, same-sex relationship. Chapter 2, Tall, Dark, and Handsome. Come on up, said the voice on the comm. It was dangerous and smooth in a way that reminded Broderick of iceberg-aged whiskey. The door slid open with a whisper of perfumed air. The hair rose along the nape of his neck, and he proceeded up the stairs. The broker sat with his back to a top-of-the-line, mostly charcoal personal heater, slender fingers tented. So this was the mysterious recluse who manipulated Monarch from afar. Broderick could feel the warmth of the heat from across the room, but it was the look in the broker's eyes that had him feeling feverish. The broker produced a pair of glasses and a bottle of something that looked expensive. He poured it off and held one of the glasses out to Broderick. "For me?" he asked, trying to ignore the man's smoldering gaze. "Indeed," the broker purred. "I hear you're a man of bold tastes." Broderick took his glass. The broker continued, dark hair falling over her darker eyes. "That's why I've got a rare proposition for you." The glass nearly slipped from Broderick's fingers. He drank it in one gulp to hide the tremor in his hand. It burned all the way down. Whip number 3, 146,307 words. Clinic of the Heart. A battle-hardened young Earth Directorate soldier visits a remote clinic on Monarch to heal his injuries, but when he meets Gale, an elegant older nurse, she goes to work on his heart as well. Chapter 34, Healing Touch. Fletcher held her tightly. His strength had returned, that much was clear. Yet here he remained, at the clinic, with her. He shook his head as if he'd read her mind with his perfect green eyes. "Gale, the Earth Directorate's calling me back. They want me protecting Byzantium. But I don't know how to leave. Not after what we've found together." "Then stay," she whispered, letting her breath warm his ear. "I can certainly find a position for you here." "Oh, laws," he moaned, pulling her closer. She pressed a finger to his lips. "Shh. The only law here is love." Okay. Getting some, smutty vibes there. Create new account. Error. That's fine. Okay. Anyone down here? Frederick. Tee-hee. Okay. Harmful status effect. Alright, that wasn't too impressive. Speed grip. Don't know what that is. La la la, totally didn't steal your shit.
Velma's capable of running the warehouse. She can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so hard on her. With Brax missing, she's working doubles and needs a little edge.
Very well, dearie. But you stop by anytime you like. Hmm?
Thanks, I'll keep that in mind.
Is she like the older nurse that this fan fiction is about? Hello.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember.
Oh, okay.
What can Auntie Abigail do for you?
Who's Velma?
She works over at the fishery next door. Quite the hard worker, but she's got a bit of a temper.
I don't know who this Velma is. I just had the prompt and I decided to follow it. A temper?
Why, just the other day, I heard her shouting from here. I can't imagine what set her off. Oh, but here I go again, running my mouth when it's none of my business. Was there something else you needed?
Are you in charge of handing out medicine?
Yes, indeed. Someone's got to keep Stellar Bay's people healthy and energized.
You certainly seem excited about your job.
Oh, but I am. I get to see plenty of my neighbors here, and I do dearly love a little gossip.
She sounds very flirty. Alright. I'm gonna leave before she starts, like, hitting on me. Alright, we went up the stairs. Came through here. There's a box there.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
Talking about Velma.
No, I mean more than usual.
Wouldn't know. I
Wait,
made it a point to stay out of
Velma?
her way.
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for him either. Give me those pills, will you?
Here you go. You know, you might consider a real night's sleep instead.
Okay, so this is the person they call Velma. There's just a bone saw. Oh, it's a fish saw. Could use a good cleaning. Alright. Not even gonna try to steal this stuff in front of people. It's not worth it. So... let's take a look at our weapons. I'm gonna be honest with myself, like, I'm not gonna use melee weapons. It's just, like, not my thing, really. And I wish I could, like, sort this elsewhere. Sawn-off shotgun I might give a try. Inferno scythe. It's cool and all, but... Officer's spine. This is also, like, really weak. Heavy machine gun. Shock cannon. Light machine gun MK2. Light machine gun MK2. There's two of these. 960. Plasma carbine. Light assault rifle. But it uses heavy ammo. I don't understand that. Shouldn't it use light ammo? Parvati has like the basic one. Just like a basic assault rifle with 246 DPS. Could give her a stronger variant or save it for myself. I don't know. Clothing. I wish I could like sort between like body armor and helmets. That would be nice. Not everything jumbled up all together. I mean, you can do some organization, but it's like so limited. Okay. Lockpick I will use. Persuade I will use. Inspiration. Gonna be honest with myself, not gonna use it. Same thing as determination. Science, maybe. Lockpick, maybe. Do I want to look like a cyborg or an aviator? I'd rather choose cyborg. Cost of bribes. Nah. Persuasion. Persuade is only +3. Compared to Persuade +5. Okay, that's good. Alright, Velma. Why is everyone talking about you?
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you kept running your yap like that. Why? I don't even know who's Catherine. What are you talking about? Catherine?
Sorry. Seems I got my cables crossed. Thought you were another shakedown tough from Fallbrook.
Okay, another mention of
Hope you can forgive my
Fallbrook.
temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors.
Too many
He's
tumors.
a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
Don't you have rules about that sort of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply.
Ooh.
Something else on your mind?
Who's this Catherine you mentioned when I first came in here?
Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six.
Oh,
spacer.
Catherine might be our contact for the sublight mission that we're currently doing. Okay. You said Braxton had been stealing drugs?
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the stereobiotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Why didn't you turn him in?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the Saltuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Surely you can make them come back.
Not on Monarch. Sanjar threw out the old work mandates and penalties.
Too bad.
Tell me about it.
I can talk to Caleb for you.
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Talk about Caleb.
Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say.
We haven't even talked to him, but the game assumes that we did go and talk to him about it. They're hard workers, aren't they? Don't they deserve some compensation for that?
Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work.
I'll wager she don't pay those folks that maintain the mechanicals decent neither.
Ooh.
Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much.
Why can't you give him his pay increase?
I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone.
She's principled, in at least this area. I will begrudgingly give her that.
Thank you. I think. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate.
Are you willing to meet Caleb halfway?
For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life.
Right.
Fine by me.
Let's talk to this Caleb fellow, because, like, we haven't talked to him at all. Ooh. No one's in here.
Moving out.
$500 bits and a flamethrower. Ooh, this is probably really good against the mantisaurs and the mantis swarms. This is a bit awkward considering that, like, these are probably the lockers to the workers. Whoops, don't mind me. Defense. Long guns. Nah. So this is the entrance of their building, I'm gonna assume. Monarch Stellar.
Wouldn't mind smelling like Saltuna if we could sell more of it.
Yep. Like the corporate entrance.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Not really. MSI technician, recruit. Ah, that's the Vortex Mace.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
Celia
I'll note it
Robbins.
next to the others, sir.
This is Sanjar. He's probably like the person running this town, kind of. But he sold like he got rid of like the penalties and consequences or something like that. Let's talk to them.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today?
That's what they said in Edgewater. What was that exchange about? You having money trouble?
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again?
Oh,
Not that
Pravati.
I got any prior experience with such.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Why? Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings, whatever Sebastian
So
has in
she's a
stock,
collector.
really.
If you've got that many bits to spend, then I've got some trash to sell you. Holy shit. Wow. Why are you buying so much from Sebastian?
So I can talk to him, of course.
Really?
He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this fella.
He's sort of the strong, silent type.
Spending money just to talk to
Unfortunately,
someone.
my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Yep. Just ask. Well, I know the answer to this. Maybe I can talk to him for you.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
Okay. I'm curious, what do you see in Sebastian?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about.
Okay.
Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Never skip leg day, huh? You really want to be with someone you can't talk to?
You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny.
That's all I need to know.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
You think that's what I'm looking for? Okay, so not in conversations, but maybe she wants to get laid. Okay. Alright, Sanjar Nandi.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
It's funny because we just had that conversation
you
with
did,
Nandi,
sir.
like right next to us.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
Ugh.
You've often posed these very questions.
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
Do you do that to like every new person you meet? No, you have a meeting with me. That's very generous of you.
Celia, will you make a note of that for my self-review? Very generous.
Really?
Noted.
But not so generous I can't drive a good bargain. Now, who sent you? Rizzo's, perhaps? Or Auntie Cleo herself?
I'm looking for the information broker. I'm just looking for the information broker.
Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. Not that he's had the courtesy to notify me, at any rate. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for Saltuna.
Sorry, dude. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone. Good lord, whoever wrote this dialogue is not fucking around. Hey, it could always be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown.
Okay.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments.
Erotic?
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to bring them back?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks.
That's
Thanks
true.
to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging and scraping by, is that it? Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Freedom always sounds nice, doesn't it? It makes
Wow,
a
they didn't like that.
rather pretty slogan. But if you sit down and tally up the costs, how you provide for yourself in the absence of aid, how you protect yourself from a hostile galaxy, it starts to lose its shine.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
Mr. Vicar, I don't want to be rude, but I don't think that means anything.
Wow.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
This is very interesting because like my companions are jumping into the conversation and adding in their own thoughts. And like instead of like making it very obvious like, oh, like Vicar disliked that or Parvati liked that, you can actually see their reactions based on what they add to the game. That's really cool. So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
Enough preamble. What's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
You do seem to have a bit of a Raptidon problem.
And a Mantisaur problem. And a Marauder problem.
Yep.
Many, many problems, but they can all be solved with a Bolt 52 cartridge.
Really?
If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And
Is
you'll
that like
have
a
a
special
powerful
type of-
ally on the board.
Where do I find one? This Bolt 52 sounds useful. Is it like a special type of weapon or ammunition?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
Where do I find one?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Perception 1? Why is this not unlocked for me? I definitely have 1 perception, right? Why is this unlocked for me? Why is this locked for me? Then I guess I'll go get your Bolt 52.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
Okay. Sure. Is my perception really like negative or at 0 right now? I don't know why that was locked for me. Usually my perception's really good. Huh. Okay then. Don't know why that was that. He probably has like some like porn on that data pad. He wants us to delete it. Executive. All this fancy stuff. Working slogans. MSI, our profit margins are stellar. MSI Saltuna, 43.28% more nutrient dense than the leading brands. No. Stellar Bay, a tolerable center of commerce in a hostile and chaotic galaxy. Probably the first one is the best. Cheesy, but Not as cringe as the other two. Sanjar's to-do list, review guidelines for annual self-review, select font for annual self-review, format annual self-review, schedule time to write annual self-review, write annual self-review, tell Celia she's doing an excellent job. Okay. OSI Puzzle Cube. Monarch Stellar Industries. That's what MSI stands for. Got it. The Yacht Club. Grim. What's up, dude? You've got a edgy name.
Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
You seem surprised.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
What are they doing out there?
You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon.
Oh no.
Please state your name for the records.
Captain Penny.
Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code.
Sure.
I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill.
Is Stellar Bay that isolated?
We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook.
Right, Fallbrook.
And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago.
Okay. I'm gonna have a look around town. Or maybe we could do this. You're not what I expected to find on Monarch.
Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Mostly? What? Are you saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell.
Ah, okay.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I miss the day-to-day of living in Edgewater.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
That depends. What is it?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while.
Oh,
You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
poor guy. This poster sounds pretty valuable. Oh no, we're not gonna steal it from
I'm
him.
a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now.
The Black Hole is probably a very prominent player.
That's Bertie Holcomb, only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever.
I wonder if he's kin. Dad had family that worked for Rizzo's. I never got to meet them.
Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something?
No. Actually, I've been in hibernation for decades.
Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest of Stellar Bay.
Ha ha. Sure, I can ask about your poster.
Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
So, we are picking up a lot of quests right now. Science, defense, science, stealth.
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
I don't have time for this. Is this the landing pad? If we came here, is this like technically the first face we're supposed to see? Some mushrooms here. No one's looking at us, right? Cool. Let's look at our map. Yacht Club. Oh, so I guess we land our ship up there and then we come down this way. And yeah, Graham is supposed to be the first person we see. Got it.
We're not the best equipped, but scouting for rafts keeps us on our toes.
Watch your step if you venture outside the walls.
You got it.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock peals, a worker earns his meals.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought you were quoting It's a Wonderful Directorate.
It's a Wonderful Directorate instead of It's a Wonderful Life. Nah, Nyoka is here. Hard to miss. Yep. Purplish red hair.
Well, well. Isn't often we see new folk in Stellar Bay. First drink's on me, stranger.
Thanks.
Enjoy.
Zero
If
G
you plan
Brew.
on sitting through Nyoka's stories, you might could use a few.
I could use a few and telling them myself.
Now what can I do for you?
Why is this place called the Yacht Club?
Thought it had a fancy ring to it. Name's the first advertising anyone sees, after all.
Are there any yachts in Stellar Bay?
Nope. But a man can dream.
Alright. You said you're not used to seeing new faces around here.
Not since Amber Heights. These days we have more leaving than coming. Off to join the Iconoclasts or some such.
The Iconoclasts are like probably what Graham belongs to. How well do you know Nyoka? She's like
Anyone
literally
who
right
spends
next
any
to
amount
us.
of time in this bar is bound to get to know Nyoka. On account of her being here so often herself. And I don't mean that unkindly. Anyone who's rid us of as many beasts as you have is entitled to a few drinks. Something else I can do for you?
That's it for now. Thanks. Why is there a mag pick just here? Nyoko Bar Talk bingo sheet. Several phases have been marked off. Right between the eyes. There were 3, no 4 of them. That raft was this big. Took it down with one shot. Buy me a drink. So now that we know that she's here, kind of hesitant to talk to her just yet because I've got like a knack for doing these side quests to like better understand the area that we're in. Caleb? Autoloader operator. Ah, this is Caleb drinking himself away. No peeking. No!
Hey, I saw that!
Why did you have to open
What
the
do you
door?
think you're doing? Carry on.
I should have ordered them in here. Of course they wanted to follow me in. Alright, bitch boy.
New face, huh? You from off-world?
Yeah, Captain Penny of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
By the smell, he's been reveling enough for you both already.
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Ooh, lie. Sandra is going to fire Velma if you don't return to work. That is a lie. How long can you afford to miss work? How long can you afford to miss work? Yeah.
Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least.
So they're working and then quitting to live off of the savings, and it's not like regular work. Velma's threatening to replace you with sublight contractors.
Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay.
Any suggestions for how to put pressure on Velma to negotiate?
If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail now?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
Okay, so maybe we should go looking for this proof then, if there is. So, what are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Won't you get in trouble for that? Well, we know the answer to that. What could be so bad it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Fair enough.
Talk to Caleb. He speaks for all of us.
Caleb's doing the talking.
Alrighty. Yeah, so we've picked up, oh my god, so many quests. Dustback, Sweetheart Cake, they're both in here somewhere. So we should try to look for this casserole.
It smells like wrapped in here.
Oh, it does work.
Sebastian, there's another mention of Sebastian. It's in one of these buildings. How do I get inside? Maybe it's in this building. Unmarked.
Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be sick.
What's happened? Are you alright?
No! I just stepped in a dead man's blood. And I think one of the flies landed on my mouth.
You'll be okay.
If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
The one at the bottom to the right.
Oh! Oh, sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Yep.
What a gruesome way to die.
Victim. I won't be needing these. Examine. Tossball betting slip. This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from Left Field Tossball Betting. So maybe he died from like a unsavory bet. Increasingly bold, yeah, so maybe he lost and someone came to collect. Hastily packed suitcase, yep. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color. were stuffed into this suitcase. Stainless steel rat. Search the apartment. A man's been killed in a Stellar Bay apartment. Falls to you to figure out what happened to him. Okay. Picking up a lot of stuff. Is this the first time that we've seen someone actually sleeping? Really? Sneak, sneak. To Sanjar Nandi. Miss Nandi. Oh, Mr. Mr. Nandi, sorry to bother you about this, but something foul is leaking from the apartment upstairs. I don't know what Celia's keeping up there, but she works for you, right? Do you think you could talk to her about it? To I, Rose. Isaac, can you please try to keep your windows shut? As I've tried to explain, leaving them open, especially when you've got food out, invites mantis swarms, and a mantis swarm infestation is everyone's problem. To be Hecht. Braxton, I know you keep odd hours, I know because I've heard you coming and going at all times of the day, night, haha. But maybe you could try to close your door a little more quietly. I have rather sensitive nerves, and every time I hear your door, I think we're in the middle of another Amber Heights. Tab, exit. Nothing to see here.
I'm going.
Okay. Nice job, gang.
Whatever you do, don't mention tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
If you got stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Alright. This person's sleeping as well. Nice.
Hey, I saw that.
Oh, God.
What do you think you're doing?
From across the hallway.
Do what you want, I guess.
Man, these people are so nosy. Just an Inferno scythe hanging out in the open. Alright. Laura.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Sorry. I'm looking for Braxton. Have you seen him?
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
Relax, no one's in trouble. I'm just looking to have a friendly chat with him.
Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand.
Okay, so he's been stealing them for meds?
There?
That's all I need. Thank you.
Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
Out for deliveries, dropping a care package off with the Mathers in the old ruins south of Stellar Bay. Be back soon. Laura, I know you're reading this. Stay out of my things. So maybe she's the druggie and not him. She's obviously digging for something. Check with Celia. The Grim tomorrow. Bolt with his name. Flowers for Sebastian. Ask Sebastian on a date for Celia. Ooh, where is this guy? How many bars does this place have? Chef Raymond. This place is huge. Everett Gill.
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit.
Oh my god. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Most people don't. Besides, this place is enough to try anyone's nerves.
How's that?
Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place isn't fit for human habitation, and I was a fool for staying.
Oh, okay. My engineer's looking to get a dustback casserole. Can you cook one of those?
That was a real popular meal 10, 20 years back, before the board tucked tail and ran. These days, everybody's had a belly full of salt tuna. They all want borscht, and the mushrooms, well, not many venture out of town, what with the monsters hereabouts. I can whip one up for you, but it'll cost. Here's a menu.
Oh, yikes. I can't cover this much, Captain.
3,000 bits. You take me for an idiot? No damn casserole's worth that much. Try again. Try harder. I can cover it. Let's not start any trouble. Get started, chef.
You got it. I got all the ingredients. Should only take about an hour in the oven. There we are. Now, if you don't mind, I really need to take a leak.
Okay.
My belly's gurgling just to smell it, Mr. Raymond. Thank you so much.
A pleasure to help such a charming young lady.
Oh, gosh. My tum's rumbling just smelling that casserole.
Smells good then. There's some saltoon in here. Can't pick this, he's like right here. And there's no door. Unless you like master your stealth to 100. I feel like only then can you like steal stuff in front of people and like get away with it.
Got it.
You guys stay out there. Guess that's it. Okay, where is this Sebastian fellow? There he is.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here.
No, thanks.
Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in raptidon tongue? Or maybe some canid toenails? You look like a woman who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts.
Nope. Let's talk about Celia.
Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that raptidon acid is working out. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
Would you consider going on a date with her? Or she likes you?
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
No, I mean she really likes you.
And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up.
Maybe you should let... Since you've got so much in common, maybe you should let her take you out. You idiot, I'm trying to tell you that she wants to date you.
Wait, I see what's going on. She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
Oh my god, you're so
Oh,
thick-skulled.
no, that's not it at all. She's smitten with you. You smited her. Smote? Smoot?
Smoot?
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for raptidon tongues.
Consider this a 828-bit advance against lost business. Persuade. Don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise she won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice.
Give her a chance. Give yourself a chance. Take her someplace nice.
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
That's the spirit, Sebastian. Be yourself.
No,
Between
Parvati's
you
giving
and
out
me,
dating
Captain,
advice now.
I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right? I want them to be happy.
Yeah. It's not like he's like a murderer or anything, or maybe he is, I don't know. God, why are you putting such delicious loot out here?
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Calm down, take a deep breath, and then tell me what happened.
Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my boy I'd protect him for always.
Okay.
How can I keep him safe if he's run away? He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
Why would Tucker run away?
He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on his sweet little fingers.
Okay, if you think that
Should've
he's dead
listened
at this
to her
point,
mama.
then...
I promised I'd keep him safe here with me.
Where would he have gone?
He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a manta queen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails.
Okay, lady, enough, enough. Where is Amber Heights?
That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with them nutty iconoclasts, or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak.
This is getting tiresome, honestly.
Or maybe
Oh my
marauders got
God.
him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs, and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby.
Or maybe he tripped and fell into a ditch. What were you saying about the iconoclasts?
Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting, like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who'll listen. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head.
I'll help you find your son.
Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You
Okay.
look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Wow, that was quite the mouthful. Alright. Flowers for Sebastian. Give Celia the good news.
Sometimes I question my decision to be out here. But then I remember, free will is just an illusion.
No, bitch.
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
Oh, we can talk about this first. Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse.
Okay.
But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
I wanted to talk to you about Sebastian.
Oh, have you talked to him?
He said he'll go on a date with you.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it? Was he like, yay, a date with Celia? I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on?
He likes you, Celia. Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon. Ah, look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, thank you.
Nice. Imagine giving someone like $400 just for setting them up on a date. That's like nuts. Find the sweetheart cakes. Outside of town, apparently. Let's finish this up before we do that. Arms building. Leah hasn't heard from her agent in Stellar Bay. Catherine. He's holding on the salvage location. Catherine is the person in Fallbrook, which the name Catherine was brought up several times here as I was talking to the people. Braxton hasn't been to work in a few days. Search the house for... Convince Caleb to return to work. This is Amber Heights, it's not here. The victim had a betting slip from left field tossball betting. Perhaps someone there knows what happened to him. Nell. Yeah, this is like a really big place. And honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it's like sunny, it's pretty big. But obviously I can't smell what they're smelling or what they're feeling, so... Left field tossball betting. Here we go. Ah, Nell.
Here to catch a game? I'm afraid the transmission's still pretty bad. What can I do for you?
I found this betting slip in a dead man's apartment. Any idea what might have happened to him?
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Okay. I'm listening.
Right. So the thing with Isaac is he didn't know where to stop. He'd get stuck on something, and he just couldn't let it go. Sometimes he'd drink Purpleberry Punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
There we go. So who did he owe?
I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay. One thing leading to another. Investigate Elijah and his gang. They make deliveries to the bays behind the warehouse.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for Rap Musk.
Yeah.
Bet they also pay to make it stink less.
Supposedly, it makes you more attractive for, you know.
Trust me, no one's going near you like this.
Oh, ooh. Alright, the yacht club. He's somewhere behind all this
other colonies.
Uh-huh.
Think we're watching the same serials, following the same tossball games?
My dad taught me some French, you know. Stuff about omelets and,
Omelette au
fromage.
fromage.
I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Nice. Can't steal that. Hey, bitches. Berta. Thug.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Kapow. I could just blow your brains out right now.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
Ew. I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
Just confess to it. I'm making it my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You've bullied people long enough. I could intimidate or just attack them. Just say that I'm going to enjoy this. Oh god. Oh boy, they're actually hurting me.
Never anger a man of the cloth.
Ooh, headshot from behind. Oh. Yeah, they were very unsavory people. I mean, who like, pisses in a corner? Just, what are you, like dogs? I mean, this is like my secret tunnel now. Secret alley, secret tunnel. Secret tunnels, secret tunnels. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. Secret, secret, secret tunnels. Alright. Kinda sad. He's one of these two pits. Alright. Well, he's dead. Problem solved. Let's head back. Sanjar? Oh, about Isaac's murder.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him. Oh, I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
He did a bang-up job.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Isaac Rose is dead. I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
I've taken care of it. The killers are dead. Ooh, Sanjar might not like that.
But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters.
Maybe I could have gotten their statements if they hadn't been ready to kill me.
Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
I have questions about MSI in the good old days.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
How did MSI get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. Back then, it was known as Terra 1.
What happened to the other corporations?
As you may have noticed, this planet has more than its share of hazards. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
How forward-thinking of you.
It's humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a
Edgewater could
cursory
take a few
review of
notes
the
from
data
this.
bears that out.
I hope you'd treat them nice, whether it was good business or not, Mr. Sanjar. That's what being a community means. Treating people right, because it's the right thing to do.
Ms. Holcomb is our endlessly optimistic crew hand. It's good for the captain's morale.
A noble thought, Miss Holcomb. Unfortunately, noble thoughts rarely sway board policy. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
So I take it your leadership didn't embrace your ideas.
No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else.
Yet here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
But why would they do that?
I don't know. Everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws.
It's kind of like what the board
Something
does.
useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
You don't seem to think much of Graham.
He and his followers call themselves the Iconoclasts. Lawless anarchists, all of them. If anyone on Monarch deserves the reputation the board's pinned on us, it's them.
I will admit, I am keen to meet their leader.
Well, be careful what you wish for. Graham has a habit of ruining everything, and everyone around him.
You've got strong feelings on the matter.
I'm trying to build something here. They only want to destroy things, and they risk ruining Monarch for all of us. It isn't just that they drain our people and resources. Every radical act they commit cements Halcyon's image of us all as destructive rebels and pushes us further from the rest of the colony. He's lucky the board doesn't take him seriously enough to keep more than a few UDL gunships patrolling Monarch.
An Earth Directorate assault cruiser would change his tune. It's almost a shame we haven't seen one around Monarch in a long while.
Well, why exactly do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone? They own nearly all the resources and infrastructure in Halcyon.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at, Captain.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community.
Vicar is
Being cut
very
off
much
means
being
slow
within like the system.
strangulation.
They've treated you pretty roughly. Is it worth going back to that?
I'm not a man to put pride before progress. If membership
Nice.
on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
Just be careful the board doesn't mess around.
Oh, believe me, I've learned that much.
Yeah, of
But
course.
I'm also not going to leave MSI at a disadvantage. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Sounds good. I want to talk about something else. I think I'm done. Alrighty, that was a lot of lore, but that was pretty cool how we figured all of that out. No botched quests so far. Good, good, good. Old Rizzo's facility. But that's not in here. That's literally here. All the way across the bridge. There's no landing pads in this area. Jesus. So we can't do Don't Bite the Sun just yet. This is an arms building north of Stellar Bay. So Stellar Bay Ruins north. We could fast travel there. Find the missing passcode, the secret people. Convince Caleb to return back to work. If you can find proof, you can use that as leverage to make Velma negotiate. Caleb's up there, so we need to talk to Velma and also just investigate. Skipping money off in the warehouse accounts if you can find proof. So let's just talk to Velma and we can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Nope, not through there.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
I find it so funny that the constable's office is closed. Oh, hello. Anything tucked up here? Why is there a ladder here? Okay. Interesting. Really? That's it? Okay. It's gonna hurt, but... Oof! You know, this gun looks like it's like filled with Adam from the BioShock games. So, it's pretty cool, actually.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Gosh, this old girl's in a rough way. Even old Bess in Edgewater was in better shape than this.
Ooh.
Hey, you want to try running a cannery with obsolete machinery? You be my guest.
Sorry, ma'am. I wasn't trying to be rude. It's just your flanging apparatus isn't making a strong flange, so your sealer isn't sealing right, and...
Oh. I see what you're saying. Huh. I'll have to try that. Anyway.
Yay!
What do you folks need?
Just good, solid, you know, constructive criticism and the other person not taking it too harshly. I'm here to talk about Grimm's poster.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in.
Oh, nice.
You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell.
What?
That about cover it?
That's really mean. Who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady.
Alright, that's Nell.
She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
So it's about the money.
Damn right it is.
You still have the poster, right?
It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money.
Ooh, I'm gonna get that poster. You're just giving Grimm's poster away? Didn't he pay for it?
No. I paid Sublight for it. So it's mine. And when Nell pays me for it, it'll be hers. Grimm may have asked for the poster, but it's not his until I take his money.
Surely we can work something out.
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
Or maybe I can just steal it from you. Bribe. Work with me. I'm helping you find Braxton, aren't I?
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Okay, cool.
Fine by me.
So let's find her office. Maybe we've got some proof in there. This ladder just goes up there to steal like one thing that everyone in this building is gonna like look at me. Mr. Ouch, really? Ow. Here are the stairs. Nice. So what's down here? Oh, to the back bays. Interesting. Oh, what is this? Stellar Bay Ruins South. Okay, glad to know that's here. That guy's not looking at me, right? Nice, we got it. Cool. Nope, did not want to do that. I guess I'll just steal that and break it down. This is my only plasma carbine, right? Nope, I have a slightly stronger one. It's a flamethrower, vortex mace. .415. Sawed off shotgun. There's 2 rifles, 5.76.
Plenty of work to do, especially with so many no-shows.
Yep. If you can't force people to come to work, then nothing gets done. Velma's storage is in here. Close the door, guys! Still your vermin. Personal files. Hack. Mash random keys. Password incorrect. Please try again. Okay, this is for Hecht B. Braxton Hext files are filled with Saltuna breeding charts, various pharmaceutical formulae, and musings on why Saltuna does seem to prefer Borston beans over plain Borstwurst. Ballard V. Velma's personal files are an array of supply contracts, order forms, spreadsheets, and financial records. Careful study of her financials revealed that for the past several years, she's been slowly siphoning money from her operating budget into a personal account. The theft is cleverly hidden. Individual instances could be excused as rounding errors or mistakes as simple arithmetic. The sheer volume of occurrences, however, indicates deliberate intent. Return to root. Messages. To Braxton. You fish in tank 23 air looking a little lumpy. If you're not going to make it in, that's fine, but you have to let me know so I can stay on top of the doses. Velma. To Nandi. We really need to talk about the Saltuna situation. I've had to let 4 batches rot in the warehouse over the last 2 months because we're not finding buyers. I know the situation with the board puts us in a tough spot, but we need to start thinking about how we're going to keep Stellar Bay afloat if we can't get sales up. So starting by you by not siphoning money. Seriously, where are you? You've missed 3 ships. This is getting ridiculous, even for you. Alright, well, we know that she's been stealing stuff.
It's done.
Oh my god, dude. Don't do that.
Gotcha.
I thought she had just like randomly walked in. Signed tossball poster. I've got it. Two-handed melee. Nah. Weapon parts, bits, heavy, light, and energy. Alright, we're done talking to you. Let us talk to the Grim tomorrow. Deliver the tossball poster to Grim. Sorry, Nell. I don't really want to botch any quests, and he did. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't just steal it and give it back to him. Then that means that he technically didn't have to pay for the poster, and he should pay for the poster. So we're gonna have to talk to her about negotiating first with finding Caleb, or not, it wasn't Caleb. It was who was the guy that was missing? Braxton. Search the house that Braxton is in.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy. I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
Children, behave. Let's go to the ruins. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. Yeah, whatever.
Whew. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery.
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
Right. Okay, so this is pretty fast reload. And it's pretty smooth. This is just...
Here they come.
Oh god, I attracted their attention. Nope, did not mean to do that. No. Oh boy.
I smite you in the name of the law.
It's already lying down. And we leveled up. Okay. Skills. Boot up our lockpick even further. Nice. 60. Let's get tech up. Wait, actually, let's revert our points. Revert all. Let's get tech all the way up to 50. Okay, now that it is up to 50, we can put individual points in. Then I'll put in the rest for lockpick. Well, this is just like heavy armor. I might as well keep something if I'm gonna do battle. resident and just sprat in bed. That is a bit creepy. So they've been like, it looks like they've been like moving in their walls more and more. Now they're at like their final settlement within the walls right now. Hunting rifle ultra, blah blah blah. Marauder thug. Cascadia, Ember Heights. Stella Bay.
Oh good, a fight! Well done.
Nice. Alright, heavy machine gun, anarchist cookbook, shock cannon, light machine gun. We've got a lot of heavy ammo now. We've actually been very wary about using heavy because we were running low on it. Can I not take this off? Why can I not take this gun off?
Bye.
Oh, because I'm equipping it. I have it equipped, that's why. So ideally we want like another gun that uses heavy ammo and then energy so we can use things. Oh, nice. And for our, what's our best plasma? Value, weight, damage rating, melee ranged. 2 vermins. Okay, so we have 244, 400, or 480. We can do flamethrower. 480. We have 2 flamethrowers now. The carbine. The light assault rifle. If I had like an assault rifle that used light ammo, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't. This looks like a church that Vicar Max used to work in. His office would be like right there. It wasn't called a church, I forgot what like the term was called. But it was like pretty much a church. Where you go to confess to the vicar and blah blah blah. This other like quasi-religious stuff. And how Edgewater was like, Parvati made like a statement saying that like the building was so carefully decorated it looked like it was like more of a museum. Pick up a nice hat. It looked like more of a museum than something that was meant to help people. Alright. Guess that's it for this place. Right, I turned the corner. Then I went into there.
I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
I'm on!
Nice job, guys. Corrosion damage received. That's actually not bad, but I don't want to like screw myself over. You know, like, a perk point is nice, but if I just keep doing what I'm doing, you know, fighting enemies, doing quests, like, I'll get points just fine on my own. Mather residence. So, if he's here, he should be... Oh, this is a really nice place. What the heck?
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable.
This guy sounds... or... I don't know. Is this guy like a cannibal? He just like... I like watched like a bit in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you meet like this like odd couple, and I think they were like cannibals because they were like eating people, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this person. I'm looking for a man named Braxton. He supposedly came by here.
I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here.
The secret people,
Raptidons
cannibals.
and marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner?
Oh no, he's a cannibal. He's totally a cannibal. Are you sure you haven't seen Braxton? I heard he was delivering medicine to you.
I'm sure I would remember something like that. Now, quit fretting yourself about that. Make yourself at home. Dinner's almost ready.
Yeah, the secret people, dinner. These people are fucking cannibals. Oh, I'm locked in here with them. Oh, shit's about to get real. Mather house key. Lizzie.
Hey, what are you doing in my room?
Sorry, I was just looking around.
Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you?
Your rocket candies?
The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Used to. What other man?
I'm not telling you.
Calm down, I'm going now. There's no rocket candy in here. It's weird how like she's just like standing guard. Are you gonna complain that I'm in this person's room too? Although there's nothing really to steal here. Levi Mather's poetry journal. Private, do not read. Sunrise, the sun crests the horizon as round, soft, and warm as the lump of a crisped pig. The day is fresh and alive with possibility. Trees, ever reds, rise from the ground, glistening and triumphant in daylight. They remind me that life can grow even here amidst the dust. Sky. Monarch 1 grows large and dark, like a moth that eats the sky. Like a mouth? I try to think of words I had to describe it, but something dark swallows them too. Hunger. There is an ache sharp in my stomach. Hurts all the time. Food make me sick, water make me sick, always hungry, so I can't think. He's like getting more illiterate as time goes on. What the fuck is this place? Alright, where are the bodies? There's gotta be some bodies hidden here. Yep.
I thought I'd seen the worst of humanity before.
I'm gonna be sick.
Take supper time. Braxton. If lost, please return to Ballard Velma, our current supervisor of MSI fishery operations. Yeah, his leg is missing. That's dinner. Right there. They are fucking cannibals. fucking knew it. Especially because like one of the officers, or I think it was Grim, he was like, yeah, there's cannibals, mostly. Yeah, he said something about like, yeah, they're cannibals and marauders are mostly outside, mostly. But that pretty much confirmed that there are fucking cannibals here. So anyways, I should start blasting these people because they're fucking creeps. Oh, she's gone. Oh, this just takes me outside.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. The murdering cannibal accuses me of being nosy.
Quickly, my dear. She's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
Got a fight on our hands. Show them how it's done.
Oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this.
Careful, you're wounded. We're destined to die.
Oh my god, her face stuck in a frame.
How many others do you suppose they killed?
Yes, these people deserved much, much worse.
Fucking cannibal bitches. I'm gonna steal all your shit. And I'm gonna steal the girl's rock candy too. Motherfuckers. You live all nice and pretty and fucking eating people who are supposed to like deliver you medicine and whatnot. There's the boy, the mother. Or this is the mother? There was a daughter. Where's the father? Stole all your shit. What are you gonna do about it? I feel like I should just fucking set this place on fire. Christ. Good thing I did not sit down and eat dinner, because like I had a bad feeling just right off the bat. Oh dear, you're tracking blood into the kitchen. Poor dude. Dude was like facing up, cut off a leg and an arm. Fuck these people. Okay, let us head back to Velma. And then we can possibly talk to her about the poster as well.
Were you really in jail, Mr. Max? And you were our vicar?
Yes, but as I've repeatedly said, I was assigned there as a vicar. I was not a prisoner.
I just can't believe you'd lie.
I was not lying. It had no bearing on my ability to minister to my flock, and was therefore not worth mentioning.
Oh, Vicar Max. You funny, funny guy.
Smells like rat in here.
Oh, it does work. I brought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltuna smell.
Really?
Trust me, this is worse.
Huh. So maybe the musk doesn't work at all.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my...
I've got some bad news about Braxton.
that he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift?
He was killed by cannibals out in the ruins.
That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Cheer up, maybe now you can hire someone better. It's a rotten way to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on Catherine herself. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
You said Braxton had been stealing drugs. Let's talk about... wait. Now I have proof that she was stealing, so... okay. Maybe... I don't have to talk to her, I should talk to Caleb about it. And what's the stash? If you can find proof... if the stash were to go missing, he'd have to return to work. Oh, we could steal the stash, or... nah, we're not gonna steal the stash. But, like, also Caleb just, like, straight up told us where he was hiding his money. It's like, dude, are you really that dumb?
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
Wait a second. Convince. Alright, Caleb's living off a stash of bits he keeps at his home near the diner. If the stash were to go missing, he'd have to return to work. Caleb believes Velma has been skipping money out of the warehouse accounts. If you can find proof, he can use that as leverage to make Velma negotiate. Okay, so I should be talking to Caleb then.
Why don't you grab a chair?
We need to talk about Velma.
Sure thing. Nope. Nope. I'm calling...
what is there to discuss? Like, I have the proof, right? Hello?
Why don't you grab a chair? Sure thing.
Can't even choose that, and then...
nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threat...
do we have to steal his stash, then? Like, what even is this mission? Okay, so I have proof. Does the game, like, just want me to steal his money as well to, like, get him? Okay, we haven't been on the roof of this place.
Impressive as always.
Okay, so it's like a physical key item, so... now that we have it, like, are we gonna force him to go back? Convince Caleb to return to work. And I tried that, but... maybe I should take the money because, like, hey dude, you're obviously not very smart about having your money saved up because I just nabbed it.
Why don't you grab a chair?
We need to talk to him about
sure
Velma.
Thing.
Now you tell me. Like, I have the proof. you can find proof, you can use that as leverage to make Velma negotiate. I did this. You retrieved financial data from Velma's terminal showing that she's been siphoning money into her personal account.
Why don't you grab a chair?
Maybe I have to do this?
Sure. What? Something happened to our stashed bit carts? But I hid it so careful. No one saw me put the lockbox on my balcony.
You told me about it.
No one goes up there but me. We must be dealing with some sort of criminal mastermind. Well, if we can't afford to skip work, we ain't got no leverage. Space me, but good. I guess you ought to tell Velma we're coming back to work.
Did we have no choice but to do that? And I guess what we do with the information is not between Caleb's, but really something that we have to like deal with, maybe with Sanjar. Okay, so they're coming back to work.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but
Let's talk about Caleb.
you knocked any.
Caleb and his crew will return to work immediately. Caleb is suddenly too broke to strike. He's coming back to work.
Funny how that works out. Thanks for your help. You've gotten me out of a tight spot here. Take this for your efforts. Honest work deserves honest pay. Something else on your mind? Steal and... We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined. Besides, or...
Okay. So we didn't have the opportunity to turn her in. I mean, I guess we should have like talked to her, and even though like one of the choices was grayed out, if we clicked on it, it should have like brought up something new maybe. But if we look at our inventory, is that just like one of our key items now? Savings? The edge of the key is crusted with blood. Great. Alright, well, I didn't botch anything really, so I guess that just worked itself out. So, need to find this. Arms building, missing passcode. Also, she's not talking to us about the poster, so...
I'd give you a... Stealing...
Let's just...
Someone would've if this were... Besides, or some...
Yeah, she's not giving it to us, because I guess we stole it. And the game's like, well, if you stole it, there's no point in negotiating with her, so... We'll just give it back to nice old Grim. Hey, buddy. Got something for you.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in.
Give him the poster, here it is.
Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature.
Really?
Can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Alright, well that's nice. Glad that we could do something for him. Speak with Nyoka. We're doing everything but the main quest. Hawthorne's, this is back on the ship. This is in Amber Heights, which is pretty southwest of us. Yep. And then Don't Bite the Sun, that's all the way south of Monarch, so that's gonna have to wait. This is Reginald Cheney. Find the Scholar. Is that just pointing to a door? Because if it is... Oh no, he's all the way over here. God damn, this planet is huge. A lot of things to do on Monarch, not enough time to finish it all. Alrighty, we have now hit the 2-hour mark. This is our longest episode yet. And I guess I just got like on a mood to do as many side quests as I could do, but obviously there's not enough time. Anyways, that's it for now, making really good progress. The next episode should see us finishing the rest of these side quests and probably ending with getting the last ingredient that Parvati needs for her date with Junlei, which I'm very eager to see how that turns out. Anyways, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially for this longer episode. If you've sat all the way through, thank you. That's awesome of you, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all on the next episode of The Outer Worlds. Until then. If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I'm going to stab someone. Good lord.